Okay, so we're going to get into doing a unilateral squat. This is going to be a split squat. And to perform this, we're going to use our split squat stands we have here at the studio. This particular stand is adjustable. So again, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different settings. I recommend for most people starting in the middle setting. Okay, so start like at 3. If you have someone who's more, it's really almost more of a height thing. A more taller person can elevate the roller, but sitting it in the number 3 setting right there in the middle will be adequate for most people. We're going to be using the Airex pad. Whenever we have anyone kneeling on the ground here at the studio, just to save knees long term, we don't want them. The gym floor, it is rubber, but it's a little unforgiving, so constantly banging their knees. We're always going to use, just for comfort, we're going to use an Airex pad. So you're going to position that here. But what that also does is it provides a target so that they have an area so they know where to go to, so that every rep is the same, and that's what we want. So we know every time they're going to tap the pad and they're going to come back up. Next thing is I want to actually coach, and this sounds crazy, but how to get in position. You will see people struggle with how to even get in position. I think the easiest way to do this is have them stand right in front of the pad. So once you have it positioned, just like this, and from here, take one leg and just put it back on the roller and then come down. Okay, so it's a lot easier than kneeling from the ground and coming around and all of this stuff here. So again, have them stand, have their heels butted up right against the pad, put a foot on the roller, come down. They're ready to go. Now, if you see someone get in position and they automatically do this, what that means is they're tight, on my pants here, they're tight here in their hip flexors. So you as a coach, you just know, just coach them up, drive that hip forward. They just may need to stretch that just a little bit, that's all. If someone had a day, got back from a flight, day before in an airplane, sitting at a show, late, long dinner, sat for 2-3 hours, I mean, all these things can lend itself to be tight in our hips here, right? I had a car ride, got back from California, sat for 4 hours in a car ride, right? Sat for 12 hours, drove all the way back from Colorado. All these things can get your hip flexors tight. So just, just be aware of it. So if you see it, not a bad thing, just have them just drive that hip forward. Now, it's a squat, it's a split squat, so when their foot is here, as with all squats, this is a good shin angle, where my pants are baggy, but it's not a lunge. So we're not looking for a totally vertical knee here. It's a squat, so there's gonna be a slight angle here with that. And now, maintaining as tall as the spine as they can, I always say, you want to imagine they have a string on top of their head, and they're coming straight up, and then back down. Pull the string, come up, and then back down. You'll notice my first rep, I kind of wobbled a little bit because what I didn't do, my foot that's forward, my big toe, I let it lift up. And that's why I kind of lost stability. Now I'll do a better job. I'm going to plant that big toe. Now I'm more stable. Coming up in here. If you have someone, if you see the foot push back like that, and that's another thing, what they're doing is they're pushing off the leg that's on the roller. They got to relax this leg. This leg is just hanging out. It's a single leg squat. This is all the tension. So if you see that, they're pushing off that leg. So you as a coach, just watch for that. Try to get them to relax that leg. That leg's just hanging out, sitting here. Also, if they get too tight when they go down, they got to bend it here, right? So this is going on stretch. So get them to relax that leg going on in here. So that is your split squat with just body weight.